It is officially over. If you were holding out hope for a new Burnout game, or even another mainline Need for Speed, I need you to take a seat. Electronic Arts has officially killed the golden era of arcade racing. Criterion Games, the legendary studio behind some of the greatest racing games of your childhood, is no longer a racing studio. They have been entirely swallowed by the EA machine, rebranded and reassigned to do one thing and one thing only: build Battlefield games. During what was supposed to be their 30th anniversary celebration, EA executives stood up and essentially told racing fans that their childhoods are in the rearview mirror. How did one of the most respected racing developers in history get turned into a first-person shooter support studio? Let's talk about it. To understand how bad things are, we have to look at what just happened. Recently, Criterion celebrated its 30th anniversary. Usually, a studio milestone like that is a time to look back at iconic franchises like Burnout and talk about the future of Need for Speed. Instead, EA used the event to double down on a brutal corporate reality. Rebecca Kautaz, the vice president and general manager of Battlefield Studios, explicitly stated to the press, "We're not here to talk about the past, we are solely focused on Battlefield." She went on to say, "Yes, it used to be cars and less guns, but it's the overall player experience that we are sharing with the same intensity. Cars and less guns." That is how EA summarizes 3 decades of genre-defining racing history. This isn't just a temporary assignment either. If you go to Criterion's official website and scroll down to the footer, the company's name has quietly been changed to Criterion, a Battlefield studio. They are no longer an independent creative force. They have officially gone the way of studios like Vicarious Visions, swallowed whole by a massive live service franchise to act as manual labor for EA's premier military shooter. And the worst part, Need for Speed is now on indefinite life support. Following the underwhelming commercial performance of 2022 Need for Speed Unbound, EA has essentially shelved the entire franchise. It's easy to forget just how legendary Criterion used to be. Founded in 1996, they didn't just make games, they made the technology that ran them. Their renderware engine powered an entire generation of PlayStation 2 and Xbox classics, including the Grand Theft Auto trilogy. But their true masterpiece was Burnout. Before Criterion, racing games were all about precision, clean lines, and breaking zones. Criterion looked at that and said, "What if we rewarded players for driving like complete maniacs?" Burnout 3, Takedown changed everything. It made crashing an art form. The speed was blistering, the metal deformation was revolutionary for its time, and the crash mode was pure, unadulterated dopamine. When EA acquired them, they handed Criterion the keys to the Need for Speed kingdom. And they delivered. Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit in 2010, and Most Wanted in 2012 are widely considered some of the absolute best entries in that franchise's decades-long history. Criterion knew how to make cars feel heavy, fast, and dangerous. They understood the soul of arcade racing. So how did we get here? Simple. The Battlefield franchise is in a state of absolute desperation, and it is dragging EA's best studios down with it. After the disastrous launch of Battlefield 2042, EA panicked. They realized they couldn't afford another massive failure with their flagship shooter. So, what did they do? They formed a massive collective called Battlefield Studios. Pulling in DICE, Ripple Effect, Motive, and yes, Criterion, putting hundreds of developers into a corporate foxhole to salvage Battlefield 6. Criterion was pulled off their own projects to fix vehicular gameplay and help finish the single-player campaign for Battlefield. EA executives claim there's a buzz in the studio, and that Criterion's knack for cinematic intensity makes them perfect for shooters. But let's read between the lines. EA doesn't care about arcade racing anymore. In the modern gaming industry, Mid-tier, premium arcade racers don't generate the multi-billion-dollar live service revenue streams that publishers crave. They want microtransactions, battle passes, and seasonal content. They look at a studio that can make perfect racing mechanics and think, hey, go make the tanks in Battlefield feel better. It is a tragic waste of specialized talent. This rebrand effectively seals the coffin on an entire genre. Think about it. Where do you go today for a pure, chaotic arcade racing game? Burnout has been dead since 2008. Midnight Club was abandoned by Rockstar over a decade ago. Split Slash, Second, and Blur are distant memories. And now, Need for Speed is officially on ice. The entire genre has been compressed. On one side, you have ultra-realistic simulators like iRacing or Assetto Corsa. On the other, you have open-world festival games like Forza Horizon. The greasy, chaotic, aggressive arcade racer, where you slam your opponents into concrete pillars at 200 miles per hour, is completely gone from the AAA space. EA is keeping the Burnout and Need for Speed intellectual properties locked away in a vault because they don't want anyone else making them, but they refuse to make them themselves. Criterion Games gave us 30 years of pure joy. They defined high-speed gaming for a generation. Seeing them reduced to a footnote beneath the Battlefield logo is a bitter pill to swallow for anyone who grew up loving car culture and video games. But I want to hear from you. What was your favorite Criterion game? Do you think Need for Speed will ever actually return, or is this truly the definitive end of the line? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you miss old school arcade racers, subscribe for more gaming deep dives, and I'll see you in the next video.